Oh, hello. I'm Evan Herman.
I'm Katazunian.
My name's William Colley.
And this is our analysis on Pfizer's organizational culture. Having an ownership of culture is what will give us the ultimate competitive advantage. And it is a key priority for me and Pfizer's entire senior leadership team. This was said by Ian Reed, CEO of Pfizer.
Pfizer is a leading global biopharmaceutical company that has been operating since 1849. For over a century and a half, they have specialized in delivering affordable medications featuring everything from vaccines to vitamins to erectile dysfunction pills. While providing a home for the world's leading scientists, they have fostered hundreds of scientific breakthroughs for the healthcare industry and for mankind.
This presentation will be looking at the relationship between organizational culture and Pfizer's success as one of the most successful and well-regarded pharmaceutical companies currently operating. We will also be looking at the negative aspects of organizational culture on the current Pfizer company, such as lack of federal oversight and misuse by the marketing and sales teams.
Thank you, Kat. Pfizer began as a red brick building in Brooklyn, New York, and a bulk of their initial success came from the production of citric acid. In 1936, after building a new plant, Pfizer began utilizing a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week production schedule, enabling them to become the world's leading producer of vitamins by the late 1940s. Pfizer sped up its manufacturing of penicillin used by Allied soldiers in World War II. Pfizer was successful in its efforts to mass-produce penicillin and became the world's largest producer of the antibacterial, a position it still holds today. From 1951 to 1958, Pfizer engaged in an international expansion campaign, increasing its number of personnel from 4,300 to 7,000. International teams were directed to study their local economy, establish proper contacts with local government officials, and learn the customs of the area. Pfizer also granted these companies a level of autonomy not seen before by the pharmaceutical industry, which proved to be remarkably successful in the years ahead. In 1993, Pfizer's Sharing the Care drug donation program was launched. It provided medicines to more than 1 million low-income patients throughout the United States, and in July 2001, announced full funding for Academic Alliance for AIDS Care and Prevention.
Organizational culture can be defined as a system of shared meetings held by members that distinguishes the organization from other organizations. They convey a sense of identity for an organization, they facilitate commitment to something larger than individual self-interest, and they enhance the stability of social situations within the organization. They are also a control mechanism that guides and shapes employees' attitudes and behaviors. Decentralized structures such as work from home, or in the case of Pfizer, direct sales to doctors' offices, can make it more difficult to form cultures while paradoxically making the need for a strong culture greater. Organizational cultures can either be strong or weak. The strength refers to the degree to which a culture has been accepted and solidified. With a strong culture, an organization's values are very deeply and widely shared amongst all employees. A stronger culture reduces employee turnover because there is high agreement and high cohesiveness between all members of the organization. In Pfizer's case, their strong organizational culture has been both an asset and a liability. In the 1990s, the company had an incredibly aggressive sales and marketing team who would end up partially responsible for some of Pfizer's legal actions that they were to encounter in the mid to late 2000s. For Pfizer, the urge to change their organizational culture has not always come from within. Pfizer has been handed down multiple corporate integrity agreements from the United States Department of Health and Social Services. These were primarily concerned with Pfizer illegally promoting the prescribing of drugs for uses for which they had not been approved by the FDA, misrepresenting the safety of these drugs to healthcare providers, and paying healthcare providers to prescribe said drugs to patients. The contents of the CIA itself dealt with internal auditing, reporting to federal officials, an extensive overview of Pfizer's employee code of conduct, and it also made its promotional and product development teams available for ongoing review by an independent source outside of both the company and the federal government.
Though through Pfizer's organizational culture, several initiatives were supported by Pfizer Global, such as the Dare to Try initiative that gives employees a methodology to develop innovative ideas, take risks through experimentation, and spark change throughout these findings. To date, more than 70 of these Dare to Try experiments have been initiated to facilitate change in the biggest business challenges. Wellness is a cultural concept that is ingrained into Pfizer via multiple incentives such as Healthy Pfizer and the Get Old initiatives, in which they voice advocacy for imposing better health practices for employees globally. These sort of initiatives promote healthier business practices in a scope beyond just Pfizer. Other companies would see these reasons consumers or prospective employees would choose Pfizer over competitors. Pfizer sets the standard for workplace empowerment within the pharmacological sector thus raising the bar of other organizations to step up to the same level of thoughtful integration.
Thank you, Will. Pfizer's motto, Straight Talk, defines the organizational culture. This encourages empowerment and also instills ownership. They have cultivated this to the promotion of open communication lines. Pfizer also masterfully applies the Maslow's hierarchy of needs to their organizational culture. By satisfying the workers' higher order and intrinsic needs, their needs for job enrichment and development are met. By creating this rewarding and welcoming environment for in-house growth, Pfizer makes themselves one of the most attractive homes for the world's leading scientists. I would also like to mention that remaining in compliance has proven to be a challenging task at times for Pfizer. They could improve on this by tweaking the culture that we just spoke about. Generally, Pfizer is admired throughout the business world by society, and as we found, is garnering a very, very favorable ratings as an employer. This is the conclusion of our analysis. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.